Hello,
Hello,
I'm Andrea Parc,
and I'm Alexa Dumitru.
and welcome to How I Escaped the Mental Prison. This is a podcast, as you know, where we explore real life experiences and stories of overcoming life's challenges because none of us are immune to them, and how these experiences shaped the way we function in the world and the we are today. And our guest today is Nandar Matari. She is a meditation coach and trainer for companies and individuals. She helps high achieving professionals, leaders, and entrepreneurs to move past stress, sleeplessness, and limiting beliefs and build a mindset of abundance and well being. Her mission is to promote higher consciousness and peace in the world. With over 31 years of personal meditation practice and a decade of teaching, she helped thousands of people to achieve meaningful, lasting change. Her approach combines proven meditation techniques and universal principles to enhance all areas of life. She inspires to build deep connections, takes pride, and enjoys witnessing how her clients grow, gain clarity, and embrace a higher quality of life. Welcome, Nandar. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you very much for having me, Andrea.
So, you are right now in Mexico City.
Yes.
Tell us more about it. Why are you there? Because yesterday I attended one of your live meditations and it was absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much. So I'm right now in Mexico City because I like to travel the world again, and it is one of my hobbies. My spirituality and meditation is also one of my hobbies too. I was in the state for 3 months, and I had a lot of my clients in New York City, so I tried to extend my visa, and there are a lot of some problems there. So with that, I just decided to come to Mexico City. So I'm right now for in my on my 12th day. So I intend to stay here 2 to 3 months, and in why I'm attracting Mexico City, there are a lot of pyramids, nearby, and at the same time, I'm very much drawn to the culture, and they have a lot of different cultures and painters, musicians. So I really would like to soak in the culture, learn Spanish, and of course, eating tacos. That is why I'm here. Oh, yeah.
That's great. That's great. The meditation yesterday with the energies of the pyramids
Yes.
was really profound and cleansing and I felt really, really well.
Yeah.
So I encourage our listeners to contact you for meditation because you're actually connecting with people and doing a great job.
Thank you so
But
much.
let me ask you, how did you get to meditate? Was it something in your life that drawn you to meditation or you've been raised to
So
meditate?
a little bit of both, right? So my parents are not that religious, but my grandmother from my father's side, she is very religious. So she brought us to the monastery, teach us or taught us how to pray and also how to read the sermon of the Buddha. So we are in Pali. So it's very quite similar to Sanskrit. So we recite all these mantra when are like young, and she also brought us to the meditation center, and we have to meditate. But I was a little kids, and I just dozing off at the back of the room. I don't really know what that means, right? And but at the same time, my childhood background, I'm an eldest daughter in my family. So in the Asian family, especially, so they are very much focusing on the oldest daughter or the son to be the leader of the family when the parents are gone. Or they also really focus that the eldest one should be the role model for the younger. So with that, my mother is really strict on me. I have to be very disciplined, hardworking at school, and I have a lot of anxiety and overwhelm. Whenever I wake up, I have to bring back home the straight A. If it is not, she really tortured me emotionally, physically, mentally. So it was full of trauma, my childhood, and I have a lot of anxiety. And I heard about meditation consciously when I was 15 from my physics teacher. She told us that she was in a meditation retreat for 7 days, and it changed her life, and it healed her anxieties and overwhelm. Then I said, oh my God, I needed to try this meditation. And I talked to my mom. So, Mom, I want to try meditation. So I have a lot of anxieties and I want to heal that. So she says, you are too young for that. It is for the old age people. But if you really want that, you can do that after the high school exam. So I have to wait only 1 more year. And then after that, 1 more year, I was 16. I went to the monastery. I shaved off all my hair at that time. So I have a bob hair. And I stayed in the monastery for 27 days, day and night meditating with monks and the nun, because meditation is absorbing that energy of peace and calm, and so that I can also develop that techniques and also the energy in my body. So that was my first experience of meditation in Myanmar with these monks in the monastery. It was in 1993. It has been now 31 years that I started the journey back then.
Wow. You asked me about a month ago, what is one question that I have about meditation? And I meditate myself for probably 7 years, but I was intrigued watching TV of how would it be to meditate with the monks in a monastery. And your reply was, I know exactly what that is, and I can explain it to you. So this is, if you would please be so kind to explain what you feel and what is the process of, if you go in a regular person with anxiety, what would a person feel after an experience like this?
Yeah, that is a very good question. So our body, mind, and emotions, they are not like solid. They are always changing and developing according to the environment that we are living in, right? So if you go into the sauna, so your body gets heightened up, right? And also the same thing, if you are doing the cold plunge, your body get cold, right? This is for the physical body. At the same time, if you are getting into the room full of, the people are full of stress, you literally take it over, and the vice versa too. So going to the monastery and meditating with them is feeling that energy and absorbing that energy frequency from them. So it also depends on how long you stay and how much you learn, right, to absorb that energy. And because we have this mirror neuron in front of our brain, and that mirror neuron is always copying from each other. So in right now, though I'm talking with you, you're learning, or we are learning from each other. Not only I'm learning from you, you are also learning from me, and through that mirror neurons. So we learn more than our words, than understanding. We learn also from our mirror neurons and also copying that energy from that person or environment. So that is why when you see the people, you feel sometimes excited or sometimes you feel like scared, or there are many different reactions, because we are the energetic being or the spiritual being. So what we do with meditation with the monks is we are copying that energy of calmness, freedom, and less of attachment that make our body learn. And we also, at one point, we learn how to develop that mindset, how to think, how to feel, and how to act accordingly. according to our energy frequency. We think that our because we know how to read books, right? Learn and think, and then afterwards we can change that, how we feel, right? So most of the people learn this way. This is also how we grow up learning at school. We have to think first, and then sometimes they think that do not believe and trust in your emotion, right? You just have to thinking all the time. But the thinking mind is the least effective mind, actually, the least effective energy. When we think, we have only 2 millimeter per second wave coming out from our body. Thinking is the least energy. But if you feel, you can feel that 4 kilometer per second wave. You might also feel that though you are now coming down, you can feel, but I'm a very emotional person. I also talk emotionally. You can feel my emotion, right? So my emotions are like sending out 4 kilometer per second wave. So through emotion, we can communicate with each other more than our thoughts and our words, actually, right? So when we are meditating, we are going to that emotional body. We are absorbing all those emotion of 4 kilometer per second wave in our system. We have this research according to that energy frequency or the emotion that we have in our heart. Our brain wave also change, and also that our heart energy frequency change. So what we do is that we are copying like a candle. So we go there without light, we lighten up our candle and come back home, but we have to do the daily practice to keep that light alive. So that is how it is like with meditating with the monks in the monastery, or meditating with me, right? Because I've been to so many different places meditating myself, and also there are many different spiritually heightened places, like pyramids, like Bali, and many others. I went there, and because I would like to get this energy frequency in my body, mind, and soul, and so that I can spread it to my people and to the world. So that is how it like, roundabout. You have to make your own
Yes.
experience, of course.
Oh, of course, of course. Very few people in the Western world, especially here in New York, can travel for 27 days to go meditate with the monks. From your experience, what is the minimum amount of time that a person should allocate every day to meditation in order to calm and release stress and anxiety?
I would say there is no minimum amount. You can even start with 1 minute, right? So, why I say that? Because, like every skill, you need experience to be an expert, right? Like meditation is like learning to swim, and also like to ride a bicycle, right?
Yeah.
We cannot read books to swim, nor to ride the bicycle. You have to do the experience. The same thing with meditation. We have to start meditating to learn to meditate. So when you sit down, and then you will be coming up with a lot of different thoughts, then emotions, etc. And you just have to observe them. So in this place, I would like to also talk about a lot of different myths about meditation. The thing that people think that when you sit down and meditate, you have to stop thinking, or the instant peace and joy will come. No, meditation is like going to the gold mine and look for the gold, right? You have to go into the mud, get dirty, and just rinse it off all this, dirt out of that, your zip, so that you come up with a glimpse of the gold out of that stone. The same thing, when you sit down to meditate, all of those anxiety will come up. It's mean you are rinsing those off out of your system. So if can sit down 1 minute, then you can go to 2 minutes or even 5 minutes, right? Then you trained your mind, body, and soul. It is good to sit, to still, and to observe my thoughts and emotion. That is the first important things. Of course, when you are having more experience, I would suggest to meditate at least 10 minutes per day. Why is this 10 minutes? Our brain needs 20 minutes to make a one cycle of rest, right? But if you make the 50% of the rest, the half of the other 50%, the brain has the capacity to wrap things up by itself, right? So that is why I keep my guided meditation to 15 minutes. It is a little bit more than 10 minutes. The people already get the real rest for their brain, and the last 5 minutes, then they just can round things up. In your case, yesterday, you can't even walk, right? So the body is still keep on walking because the energy was so intense. So the real meditation, if you would like to have this good effect, at least 10 minutes or 10 to 12 minutes or 15 minutes is more than good enough to have a real good reset for your brain, for your emotion, and for your body, I would say.
Is there a recommended time of day when it's most beneficial?
Yeah, I can also say that according to my experience, as soon as you wake up, right, you never forget to brush your teeth. Like after that, you can take this 1 minute or 5 minutes. Then everything is set it off. You set the tone of the day. You didn't forget, or you're not too tired to meditate in the evening. But if the people say that I am not a morning person at all, so I can't even talk to anyone. So if you can meditate in the middle of the day, during the break, or maybe in the evening. So it's I will leave it up to the people, whatever is convenient, but it should be a habit. If you have the habit, you do not forget it and you cannot live without it. So it should be the case.
Yeah. Do you believe in stopping every hour to breathe?
Yeah, it is a good one. At the same time, it is difficult for a lot of people, right? So I will tell you about that, how to raise that awareness, right? So what you're asking is how can I get aware throughout the day, because a lot of people are doing, and I have anxiety, and a lot of people say that you stop and check yourself 1 hour, but I don't even know what am I doing right at the beginning of the day, and in the evening they just overwhelmed by a lot of things. So it is difficult. So I would say start with this 1 minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes meditation. It will even automatically help you to get aware of the emotion throughout the day, right? So I will tell you right now the qualities of the meditation, right? Like everything in life, right? Different foods are different qualities, also different meditations are different qualities too, right? So when you meditate, a lot of people only hit to the, just calm down. So some people don't even hit the alpha brainwave. When we are very active, our brain is beta, right? Actively thinking all the time, the stress, etc. Well, we also need that beta. I'm right now in beta brainwave because I have to stress myself, right? Talking with you, but I'm not stressing out also. I'm in the beta brainwave. It is active thinking, right? The second is the brainwave is called alpha. It is very calm and at the same time very creative. I can be between the alpha and beta right now because I'm now creating also the new way of thinking, and I'm explaining you, etc. So in the meditation, a lot of people reach to the upper alpha state when they can calm down their emotional thoughts. But it is also good to reset our mind, body, and soul. But if you really would like to change how you think, how you feel, and if you want to heal your burnout, depression, insomnia, and even the cancer and the physical and mental pains, we need to reach that theta brainwave. The theta brainwave is similar to the deep sleep and dreaming state. So a lot of people say that when they meditate, they feel like they are sleeping. Actually, they are not, and they're dozing off a little bit because I can help people to achieve that theta brainwave after 2 to 3 minutes guiding in my meditation. I do not know you can recall it because you are an experienced meditator, but it is deeper than the regular meditation. I'm very sure
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So in that theta brainwave, we form the new connections in our brain. We have a new neural path that help us to learn new skill, to survive, to create better things, and to see life from a different perspective, and of course, to control our emotion in a better way, right? So when we are in theta brainwaves, what happens is that the front part of the brain become larger too, right? It is the part of the brain, it controls the whole function of the brain. So that is why the who meditate regularly have a less sickness and also more healthy physically, mentally, emotionally. And also at the same time, when you reach the theta brainwave, we have a small brain at the back of our head. Now that brain emotion is always reacting emotionally to anything, fight or flight, right? That brain will become smaller. So with that, the people do not react to their normal emotion throughout the day as before they meditate, right? Because that emotional brain becomes smaller and the control of that the front part of the brain become larger. It gives them kind of a separation between how they feel and how they react. That break time, I mean, they feel somehow pause during the day. That itself make them reduce their stress and overwhelm throughout the day. So that is why I can also suggest you, of course, take a break and make an alarm if you can. But when you meditate and invest the 15 minutes, try your best to have the quality meditation. It helps you to achieve or hit that theta brainwave. Then you have is already covered for the whole day to be the master of your own emotion and your thoughts.
Yeah. Alexa, do you have a question? I'm seeing in your eyes that you're thinking.
I think sometimes I do try to meditate in the mornings, especially because when I do, I feel that it really helps me. But oftentimes I feel like I just have too much energy and I can't get in that headspace. So oftentimes what I do is I start feeling, the clothes on my body, the bed underneath me, my hair on my face or whatever. And that helps me get into the zone a little bit better. Are there any other little tips or tricks that you know of that help people get into the zone a little bit better when they're too active?
Yeah, actually, you are meditating right? So there are four different types of meditation. The first is the body meditation. They focus on their body, yoga, qigong, tai chi, the movement. Some people run too. It can be the body meditation. You are focusing on your body. When you are scanning at the touch of the skin, and then you are focusing on your body. You are doing the body meditation. That is why I also do the scanning, right? You remember, Andrea? I started
Yeah.
scanning the body. It is the body meditation. All of my meditation are the combination, right? So I'll go to the second meditation. A lot of people think that only when you focus on the mind that is meditation. It is not true. So the first is the body meditation. You are doing it right, Alexa. And the second is the mind meditation. So you focus on the mind. Some people do the counting. Some people do the mantra. Transcendental meditation is the giving you the one mantra and you're reciting and focusing only the mind to calm down the mind at one point, right? And so visualization is the mind meditation too, right? If the people do the visualization and priming for the day, you are doing your mind meditation. And the third type is called emotional meditation. Breath work is the emotional meditation. Tapping is the emotional meditation, right? This is you focus on the emotion to release them. Sound healing can even be the emotional meditation too, right? And the fourth type is called wisdom meditation. It is to understand the nature of your own mind, body, and spirit, and the nature of the universal law, and how do I feel? How to make my decision? right? And what is my next step for my life? To understand that and to consult with your higher mind. It is the fourth wisdom meditation. So I teach all those four meditation in 1 15 minutes, right? So it is a little bit ambitious, like myself, right? I'm a high achiever and I coach high achiever, so everything must be good in 15 minutes. So I focus on the body to calm down, and I focus on the mind count. You remember, Andreas? And then later, I combine that too with the emotion. I let them feel that new energy coming into your body, visualize, and then release those old emotion. I focus and combine the body, mind, and emotion that make a huge effect of reset in their body, and you are like shaking, right? Because all of our anxiety are safe in our body under our cellular, right? So when I combine all those three in one, the people has to release those emotions. That is why a lot of people who meditate with me, right, they have a 10-year insomnia, or right, I don't know how many years depression or burnout. After 3 or 4 weeks, even they feel that everything reset. Normally, after 8 weeks to 12 weeks, they reset the whole body, because our real body is always renewing every month, right? So when you are in 3 months, that is why I also offer this 3 months coaching program to the people who want to work with me, because after 3 months they become totally new person. How they feel change, how they know about themselves change. They understand, or they still remember their past pain, but those things do not bother them anymore, because they have now new neural path in their brain. They know how to control those emotions. They also release all those old pattern of energy out of their system. They renew totally from the mind, body, and spirit level after 3 months. So if I have to go back to you, everybody should start anywhere else. If you're doing yoga, you're doing great. You're doing transcendental meditation counting, you're doing great. You're doing visualization, you're doing great, right? And also that breath work, these are also different types of meditation. Of course, if you would like to try it out, my Matari meditation methods, powerful techniques, you are warmly welcome to do so. Or you go to my YouTube channel. I just uploaded our yesterday meditation to share this pyramid energy and powerful energy with the world. So you can try it out.
Yes, that
That's awesome.
was really powerful.
Yes.
Yes, after the meditation, my entire body was vibrating and I couldn't sit down to work. I
Yeah.
had to go out for a walk and
Yes.
I felt
I
great.
still feel the effect even right now. My whole body is also vibrating. So in other words, is I am channeling that energy through me. And that's why I have all the energy that all these 19 people has, right? And I'm also like opening and I feel like high, right? When I started, leading meditation in Germany, because I used to live in Germany, right? And I also started my practice in Germany as well. I led like 1.5 hour, this 15 minutes, 3 times meditation. The people feel high, right? So I didn't say that, oh, I can't sit, and we sing and we go together for, brunch. And it was like midday, like the people think that, are we drunk? Are you drunk? No, we just
Yeah.
meditated, right?
Yeah.
So it was so powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how do you work with companies? I mean, I've seen so many videos online that you go in law firms, for example,
Yes.
and you sit them down at the conference table and they meditate.
Yeah.
And how do you get them into the headspace of, because we all know how a law firm is, especially midday,
Yeah.
lunch and meditation.
Lunch and learn. Yes. Actually, lawyers are the best meditator, in my own opinion. So a lot of people say, "Oh my God, the lawyers are thinking nonstop, and how you can meditate." In the reality, is meditation is not about stop thinking. meditation, the real meditation is learning how to think. So the lawyers thinking the whole day, so they have a strong mind of thinking. So I help them to understand the nature of mind and how to think to help them, so that the thoughts and emotion help them effectively. And of course, before I started leading meditation, I explained all those, nature of mind and how what happened with the brain, etc. And they convince, right? After I explain them about the meditation and what will happen when you meditate, right? So a lot of people also, like when they sit down and meditate, all the anxiety come up on the surface, and they think that, oh my God, it's get worse. The thing is, it will get better after getting worse. It's me. They are observing them so that they can release that out of the system. So I explain them, the anxiety will come up. You will feel all of that, but don't worry. We are releasing that out of the system. Then when we are actually things happen, they stay in that vibe and they can release them out of the system. And of course, after the meditation, I also teach them how to control their mind and live the universal law throughout the day. So with that, the lawyers are very logical thinkers, and the real universal laws are also logical thinking. So with that, they know how to integrate those thoughts and way of living in their daily life. That is why a lot of lawyers came to me and they are motivated. But for this company event that you saw, these are mostly one-off events. The company, HR person reached out to me, or the one of the people in their law firm know that I provide those courses, and they just would like to do one time for their people, and they just came in. Of course, at the beginning of the meditation, I explain all those laws and universal things, and then I meditate with them, and they literally feel this effect only after this one-time meditation, and they are motivated, and they refer me to the next, etc. And so that was my experience of leading the law firms and companies and salespeople in the New York City.
Great. So we are approaching the end of our episode, and please let us know where people can find you, follow you on YouTube and anywhere else. And also, if you have coming up events, let us know.
Sure, thank you very much. So the people can go and download my meditation if you want to. Then you're on the newsletter list, and they will be informed when the new program come up. Currently, I have this one-to-one coaching sessions for 3 months individually, and I also started like 1.5 months ago, 3 months coaching program. So group coaching program as well. Now it is in the middle. So I do not have anything planned for the group program to start, but in the new year, so right now we are in the mid-November, I'll be launching for the group programs, and also maybe evergreen program. Also, I'm figuring out how to serve more people. So that you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and I'm everywhere, right? LinkedIn with the Matari meditation, or with my name, Nandar Matari, meditation teacher, and you will see all of my social media and all of my things on the Google first page, right? There is no other two names as Nandar Matari or with the meditation teacher. So yeah, it is easy to find, and I always post where I'm at and where I'm traveling, and so I'm trying to show all my goofy side as well, because I'm now loving myself more and more and feel comfortable with myself. So I also have to learn to love myself, right?
Yes,
So
of
that's
course.
all about it.
Yeah. What else? We can't do anything if we don't love ourselves. So that's first.
Right, you're right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Alexa. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I just want to really appreciate you, and for coming on, and for, explaining all these things to me and us and the listeners. And it was really amazing to meet you.
Thank you very much. So I will be doing the Heal the City again in December or January for sure, where all the people can join from all over the world. So you met some of my clients, and I know the state, Europe, and also and I have my Burmese people, right, in Asia, that I always lead them because we have war, etc., and they are having stress. So yeah, you will hear more from me in the near future.
No, of course, we cannot
Can't
wait to
wait.
hear more from you. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very
All
much
right.
for this chance.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.